Okay, let's move on to some breaking news that are coming in. Republic TV has accessed the 7th status report submitted by the BCCI's Committee of Administrators, or COA. And the COA report has recommended removal of RAJIV SHUKLA as IPL chairman and CK Khanna as the acting president. It has also recommended the removal of the other top BCCI officials. Shumon Ray, our sports editor, is going to throw more light on this as far as the grounds that are being... Yes, Suman is joining us on phone line, Shumon. So the grounds on this, expulsion in a way of RAJIV SHUKLA and CK Khanna. Why does the committee want them out?
Well, this is a Supreme Court appointed committee, and this committee has recommended, on the basis of the AGM, the last AGM, which the last date of which is 1st of March. So that has expired, and in fact, now they do not and cannot hold any of the position. That includes the acting president, the acting secretary, the acting joint secretary, and the acting treasurer, along with the IPL Governing Council chairman, RAJIV SHUKLA. Now, what does this mean? This means that acting president CK Khanna can no longer hold position. His position as acting president of BCCI is untenable, and he cannot hold position. Now, this has been recommended to Supreme Court. The 7th COA status report has been submitted. Supreme Court will be taking action on this, and I think at this point of time, it will be prudent if all these officials relinquish their post, because this will be in coherence with the order passed by the Supreme Court earlier, that they have to abide by whatever the recommendations will be of the COA. COA is a Supreme Court appointed committee which is looking after the administration of BCCI.
All right.
And all these officials need to go at this point of time, because their position and their tenure is well and over.
All right, Shumon. Many thanks.
Spanish women on Thursday marked International Women's Day with the first ever full-day strike and dozens of protests across the country against wage gap and gender violence. Under the slogan, "If we stop, the world stops," women working both in and outside their homes, unpaid caretakers and students were called to join the 24-hour strike by the March 8th Commission. An Israeli Supreme Court judge on Thursday ordered a woman accused of sex crimes in Australia to be kept in temporary police custody in a medical facility. The order remains in place until he decides whether or not to uphold a Jerusalem court decision that she be moved into house arrest. Milos Zeman, a leading pro-Russian voice in EU politics, has been sworn in for the second time as Czech president. Zeman was elected to the largely ceremonial post in 2013 during the country's first direct presidential vote, a victory that returned the former left-leaning prime minister to power. US Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and Russia Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov didn't meet, and now both countries are trading accusations about who's to blame. The top American and Russian diplomats were both paying official visits to Africa this week.